17104.com.
Ha ha! Ha ha! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's the show, y'all. Oh, y'all been waiting on this one. It's the show. We about to hit it out the park. We about to take it all the way. Woo! Ha ha ha! You know how I always start my show. I can't control what happens on the streets of New York, D.C., Chicago, Pittsburgh. But I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. Man, I know y'all saw the advertisement. Man, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It is here. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I have my special, my one and only guest for tonight. Oh, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all see my shirt, don't you? Why have dog and bark? You see her shirt. It says, why have dog and bark? You see my cup. Why have a dog and bark? But most importantly, you see the book. Why have dog and bark? Coming to Kenny's Corner is soon to be bestseller, award-winning author of Why Have Dog and Bark, Sister Madam Wonderful Barbara Mosima. Hey, what's up, Barb?
Hey, JK, hey, everybody. I'm on Kenny's Corner.
You're on Kenny's Corner, baby. This is how we gonna do it. Woo!
I love it. I love it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
We got to get into this now. We got to get into this. But we only have 1 hour.
1 hour.
And this is the fastest hour in the station.
We're going to make it happen.
True that. So, I have been reading Why Have Dog and Bark.
Oh, you're getting through it.
Yes, I am. This is a fantastic book, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful, wonderful read. Cousin Jamario, you got to get this book, man. It's a wonderful, wonderful read. It's a fast read. I just been working crazy shifts. I've been falling asleep, trying to read it, falling asleep. But Barb, this book here is powerful. And I got some things that I got to ask, I want to know. Because I'm telling you, boy, woo! Justin said you're her superwoman.
Thank you, Tressa. I love you.
He wants to know, where can I buy it? Oh, well, you can go to Barb. Go ahead and say it.
Well, I think Kenny doesn't like to say my middle name, but that's not what I was going to do. But you can certainly shop for it on Amazon.com. Just type in the title, and you can just type in my first and last name, Barbara Mosima, because the full pen title is, of course, Barbara Nyalima Mosima. But of course, Kenny always says it's Barbara Mosima. So I'm just letting you all know. You pronounce it Nyalima. And if you go on my website at www.B for boy, N for Nancy, Mosima, MOSIMA.com, you'll click on it, you'll see the book, scroll down, and it'll order, and it'll take you right to the link on Amazon.
Whatever. Whatever.
Thank you. There you go. And the correct spelling of it. So you want to try to pronounce it, Kenny? Nyalima.
Nyalima, I can say it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, James.
But we don't say middle names around here. We just go to the last name.
Okay.
So, Barb.
Yes.
How did you come up with these characters, these rich stories? blending them together. What was the inspiration?
Well, I think, as we always say, art imitates life and life imitates art. And we're talking about years of, you gotta, I believe as an author, as a writer, you have to draw from your experiences to make something believable. And of course, the art of writing then becomes the embellishing in it, because it is fictional. As Joey wrote in the forward, it may sound like an autobiography, and there is familiar things and similar things that one would relate to, but it's all in the mind and the head. And listen, living in Washington D.C. as long as I have,
Hmm.
and the melting pot of people in this city with all the brothers and everything else, let me tell you, you can write a story. You can
Hmm.
find a story, and these characters. If I haven't met them, I have a girlfriend that's met them, and so from that became my background. Its backdrop is Washington D.C., and that was my painter's palette to begin to start the story and just begin to write.
You know, you have so many. You have Ireland. You have a girl from Ireland in the story. You have somebody from the Caribbean, from Cuba. Man, the names. I just love the names. Oh my goodness. Um, so coming from being in that melting pot and that culture of different nationalities,
Mm-hmm.
um, how why have women embark? It speaks to challenges, you know,
Okay.
especially for the woman. And in
Okay.
this book, I'm reading it and I see the woman's perspective, but then I see you writing from the man's perspective and how men actually think.
Mm-hmm.
Was that difficult for you?
Yeah, it was difficult. But first of all, we as women, you know, the, let us just say this: when truth knocks at the door and you go to answer, truth is not running. We'll run from the truth, but truth will stay at the door. And when you start to want to really have the POV, which is the point of voice of the character,
Mhm.
you have to really go either talk to one or you experience it, or you have to take it away from you, because men and women think differently. And so of course a woman would say that dude was a dog. Where you get that material from? Lord have mercy. Y'all know Kenny. Y'all know Kenny. And it's like, I ain't trying, but he didn't took me there. So, I would pick my brother's brain. And some nights, and I was writing and I would think, he go like, Barb, that how them look, you talking like it's the woman's point of view. Women get played, you're stringing them along, you need to say it out there. And I didn't want to do that, because in a sense, this was when you're writing these characters, you are birthing them. This is your baby. And I felt that I don't want to hurt my character. But if I didn't do that, then we all wouldn't learn something. So I left it all out there. I just brought it. I didn't leave anything. And
Wow.
I just gave it all that I could give, because I want people to understand, how you get into dysfunctional relationships. Will you get out of them? Will you stay in it? Will you survive it? Or will you be a victim?
Ah,
You know,
ah. There's so many women that are victims, and this book is going to help them uh, in a real life way to get out of that victimization.
you know, you said when you first started off, said, Barb, you meet people here from Cuba, or Hispanics and African and the Caribbean. Well, why have dog and bark? Let's start there. It
Yes.
is a Caribbean idiom. It's a Caribbean idiom. And it specifically means, if you're involved with someone, if you're in a relationship and it's not going well, what you standing there for? Like, if you have a dog and their job is to protect the house, And when somebody comes and the dog go high under the bed, what you have them for? And so, and that's why they start with, and let me tell you, can't nobody, no one tell you how to get this out their system, except friends from the Caribbean. And you say, girl, I don't know, I really love this man, I truly, truly love him. And what wrong with you, girl? That mom playing you for a fool. Let me tell you something, he ain't treating you right. Why have dog and bark? Girl, let that man go. Find somebody else, like you can't find nobody with yourself. Go, girl. Why have dog and bark? And that's how this title came. I've heard it so many times before, and we've all been in some crazy relationships. And this needs to be the word that people push and know. You know how you had sayings where it said, I don't know what.
I can do bad all by myself.
I can do bad all by myself. All of these things. Well, listen, why have dog and bark? That hits home. That hits straight for the arrow. Why are you staying there? Why are you staying there? You doing all the barking. There's no sugarcoating it. And that's what this book was to show. No sugarcoating allowed here. You need to hear this.
I tell you, boy, you put it right out there real plain, right? Real plain. And on a humorous note,
Yes.
as I was reading the book,
Yes.
you were talking about various chores that a Southern woman or mother would have her daughter doing,
Okay.
and you kind of lean to the fact that maybe your brothers didn't have as strenuous of chores. Was that just for comic relief in there?
Well, growing having a Southern mother, I did draw from that. And a lot of times, the women did the thing, but men were expected to get out there and shovel the snow and mow the lawn and cut the grass. And but by the same token, the women, I had once we were growing up, Aunt Babe had came up, and Carolyn, our cousin Cal, you come downstairs and Cal done made up all the beds. I said, what y'all making up? Joe and Kenny's bed. I ain't going up there making their beds. And he's like, you better get, because they spoiled us. And you and Joey were like, oh, I can live with this. I said, you better live in that dream world as long as you can. But I ain't going upstairs making your bed. But it was that thing where growing up, yeah. A lot of domestic chores traditionally went to the female, and the men did theirs.
Mousy says somebody is feeling some type of way. Talking about me. I want you to know. D said hello, beautiful.
Hi, D. Number 4, fourth letter. I love you.
That's right, the fourth letter. So when you talk about different cultures and different nationalities, and is one more smoother than the other? Does one have a little more charisma than the other? Because when I look in the book and I see how one person approaches and one person approaches, but it seems like there's one character is just like Rico Suave. You know what I mean? I think his name was Quill in the book.
Quill.
Yeah, Quill.
That particular character was from the Caribbean, a gentleman from the Caribbean.
Okay.
And the female character in the book, Josie, the main character, is smitten by him, but she's out of her league. And when his accent came out of his mouth, skylarked out there with all the rhythm and going like, so tell me something. She gone. She gone. You know what to do. She hear that stuff and he is out of here. Yeah.
Master that.
So lady, you look good.
So, well, you got 1,000 voices. You have 1,000 voices. You've seen them all. You've written them all. No, we didn't have no meeting spot or like the Kilimanjaro that you spoke about.
Yes.
You made the Kilimanjaro come to life. What
Okay.
was the Kilimanjaro?
The Kilimanjaro was a night in the book. It's a nightclub, and it's where many foreign nationals frequented the club.
Mhm.
You know, if you wanted to figure out where culture was, go on a happy hour or ladies' night on Thursday night to the Kilimanjaro, and you would literally find everything in this club. And it's always interesting with the African brothers when they come to approach you, you know, they're
Mhm.
always telling you something, some dropping some kind of line. I mean, brothers drop lines anyway,
All day.
but all day long. But it was like I always say distinctively with an African dialect, I always say they don't speak with consonants. They sound the word off. They won't say don't. You
Right.
know, it's like do not. I am telling you, do not do that. You know, you remind me of my sister. Yeah, my mother would be so surprised. I cannot believe you look like, oh, do not. No, 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 do not say that. Oh, come on. Yes.
Uh, so Bart,
Yes.
this is a powerful message.
Okay.
What is it that you want them, the reader, to get out of this book?
You know, everybody, we all come from some beginning. And, you know, just through our circumstances in life, many of us have come from dysfunctional environments, unions, products of union, where your parents, you know, the neighborhood is dysfunctional. But the thing about it is, we're all in it.
Yes.
So you don't really see the dysfunction.
So
You
we don't
don't
know if
quite.
we're dysfunction or not. It just all look the same.
No, when you leave the neighborhoods or you maybe go off into a new city or you go to college and all of a sudden you learn different people and but you don't think by any means you would be in a dysfunctional relationship. You think like, okay, I'll bring this to the table, you bring this to the table, we talk about it, we should be able to work this out, we love each other, right? What's the problem? What's the problem? But that's when you see there's a problem. And then sometime it turns where you find yourself now in this dysfunctional relationship. And sometimes it can turn to verbal abuse, emotional abuse, or physical abuse. And then you have to ask yourself, how did I get in this? And
Yeah.
the other thing is, am I going to be a survivor or a victim? Am I going to stay in this? This person doesn't love me the way I want to be loved. Why am I here? Why have dog and bark? Why am I here?
I have dog.
So that's pretty much the message I need people to, as you follow this young woman in the story, you're going to see her go through all these ups and downs. And the question is, does she make it?
Yeah, that's the
Does
question.
she become the victim or does she become a survivor? And
Can't
of
wait to
course, you
get
have to
there.
read it to find out.
I can't wait to get there.
Yeah.
Um, if you could, as you're writing or as you have lived, because some of the stuff is life experiences of you and your friends and maybe what they've seen and some of their stories they have told you that you have now composed and got some things, information. What are some red flags that women need to really pay attention to?
Mm. I tell you, brown skinned brother with pretty green eyes and a chiseled chest, that's what you need to pay attention to. That's what you need to pay attention to. Because when they come rolling up in there, you like, huh? Uh,
So,
what,
so,
what?
so me is what they need to be.
No, seriously, you know, we, everybody plays the game. We play it as women,
Yeah.
men play it, you know, it's the bottom line. When it's the right one, it's the right one. You're gonna be truthful or you're not.
Right.
But men will push the envelope as far as they can, and women will push the envelope as far as they can. You just hope that out of all the millions of people in the world, you're trying to get two people to be
Yeah.
together and be compatible. That's like some heavy odds to do, some real heavy odds, but
When you
that's
said
what it is.
very powerful, it just was very quick but very powerful. Either you're going to be truthful or you're not.
Yeah, pretty
Because we
much.
don't know in the beginning if someone's lying. We don't know if they're lying.
All right.
We take them for face value. We don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
You know. Um,
yeah.
but see, this is what makes this book so difficult. Because it's all about how people approach somebody or somebody approaches somebody else and what their intentions are.
Yeah.
And you never know their intentions until it's too late.
But it's around these three friends. One is a Black woman, one is an Irish woman, and one is a woman from Jordan, a Jordanian woman,
Mhm.
and how their three friendships molded together. That's a melting pot right there of
Right.
ethnicity. You think the sister would have all Black friends, or the Irish woman would have all Irish friends, but they all met and blended, and they have each other's back. But something happens along the way, that changes their thought process of everything and what they're going to do in life. And this is what happens in life, this is what exactly happens. But they sure enough have some fun
Oh yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
They have some good
There's a
fun.
fun there.
And I think people, especially women, you'll see yourselves in these characters. Like, oh, I know I did that. Ooh.
Even though Josie is the main character,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm not a woman.
Okay.
I see so many different women in all of these characters.
Yeah.
I could go down and say, oh yeah, that's like so and so. Oh yeah, that reminds me of so and so. You have captured and encapsulated this story, this wonderful story that all you have to do is you can insert a name. Boom, boom. It's Josie in the book. It could be Maria. Insert. Cultures don't even matter. You have written it
No.
so well that the culture doesn't even matter. Because as human beings, as the human race, we all act the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just think it was masterfully done, and how you blended these characters, how you made the story pop, how you made it come to life. As my sister, I am uberly proud of you.
Thank you, JK.
Yeah. So I don't want it. It ain't about you. It's about the book.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So Bart,
Yeah.
and viewers, do you notice me and Barb are matching? We have the shirts. Why I have Dog and Bart? She got a little cute little red blouse, so I got my little red hat on. And
I caught that.
we have mugs.
We have our mugs.
Why I have Dog and Bart mugs? And we have the book. Now the book, I don't think is expensive at all. They shipping and handling, but this is the world we live in today. We got shipping and handling. You got to pay shipping and handling. But please, this book is fantastic. This book right here will have you evaluating where you are in a relationship, and to have you thinking. Yes, it will. Yes, Bart.
If anyone is having uh any questions and wondering anything about a writing process, if you would like to ask me that now, or if you want to hear any excerpt from the book right now, I can read a short excerpt from it
That would be so
to,
nice.
to
So
give you an
let me
idea.
ask the viewers: does anybody have any questions uh, to uh, to Barbara? Uh, Anybody? I ain't even gonna try. To the author, Barbara Mosima. I got that name down. I got Mosima down.
You nailed it. Nailed it.
Nailed
Nailed
it.
it.
Yeah, that's right. She is married to a wonderful name by the name of Gabriel. But now hold on, man. Wait, there's more. His stage name is Sir Gaby, and this man can sing. And I'm gonna have him on this show, if not just to give me a little song or something. You know, he has that well, we know what happened. He walked up to her and said whatever he said in that voice, and here we go. They married.
That's where they married. Yeah, it was probably him giving me the middle name Nialima, which means my heart. My
Ah,
heart
my heart.
in the Mende language, my heart.
I knew
Yes,
that.
indeed.
I knew
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it's
Oh,
just
Mousy says, will there be any other books coming after this?
oh, absolutely. This is what I do, Mousy, and there is another one in the pipeline that I will be getting research on soon after we get Why Have Dog and Bark good and launched and good and out into the public name. You know, I'm always interested in getting interviews on anything uh, that people want to know. You know,
Parker Wilson says, why did you never give up?
oh, Park, my son. You know, Parker talks about that how well, it's true. I started the book in 2015, and it was just a rough period. You know, it was right after a divorce, and then getting Parker through school, and then I met my wonderful, wonderful husband Gabriel, who is so supportive. And then when I came back from Sierra Leone, something happened. I had was coughing and going crazy, then found out I had some type of lung disorder and was in intensive care for 3 weeks. I mean, 1 week, but in the hospital for 3 weeks. And still my understanding, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with my lungs. I swim every day, you know. And I'm telling Kenny at home, hey, everybody, you don't have to worry. I'm good. You know, they take really good care of you in here, intensive care. You know, and Kenny's like, is she for real? As he's tying up his boots, getting in that truck, getting ready to come down the highway. Because it's like, my sister is clearly deranged. She didn't understand that she's in intensive care. But and I had my rag doll company, Sugarfoots. You know, you all can check that out as well, sugarfoots.com. But I couldn't sew anymore. I couldn't, the energy it took when I was sewing 6 to 8 hours. And remember, I'm not breathing. And then it affected, and the autoimmune disease affected my joints, so which makes me walk slow, like I'm Miss Jane Pittman going to that water fountain. And so then I'm saying, is this it? Is this it? Like, Barbara, are you a victim of your circumstances and this disease now? Or are you going to be a survivor? So I pivot. I pivoted. Now, I may not have been able to walk fast and I may not have been able to breathe well, but my fingers still worked. Even though at times they were cramped, I can get on a keyboard. And I said, maybe it's time to finish this story. And my son always says, he wrote this letter when I think he was in either fifth grade or sixth grade. And he was talking about your heroes and who are they? And Parker said, it's my grandmother. I admire my grandmother. And I admire John Cena, or Cena, however you pronounce his name. He's a great wrestler. And the last person is my mom. Because no matter what, my mom doesn't give up Whatever I've seen her do, she doesn't give up. And I kept that letter, and I kept a picture of Parker photograph on my bedroom wall. And anytime I felt low, that's the first thing I see when I get up in the morning to get me through the day. He's a
Let me
great cheerleader, one of my greatest cheerleaders. Thank
let
you,
me
son.
let me get this right.
Yes, sir.
Doretha,
Uh-huh.
a wrestler,
Uh-huh.
you,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah, you didn't quite fall into that category this time, Kenny. Yeah, you can let it go a little bit.
Uh, Martin, Martin Jones, and I think you've answered this question, Barb.
Okay.
Jones asked, "What is your why in life?
I don't think I'm following. What do you mean?
What is your
What do you
why?
mean?
What makes you get up in the morning? What is the absolute that says I got to get this done?"
You know, when you were getting up every morning, when I was getting up every morning, swimming laps, running a performing arts camp,
Mhm.
ripping and running, hustling, doll fairs, going to international tour fair, making my mark. And then one day you're flat on your back. That's it. And you're telling yourself, God, whew,
Yeah,
and maybe if you can rise me up off of this bed, I'm going to figure out a way how to do this because I'm going to put my hand in your hand. When they say Jesus take the wheel, you better mean give them the wheel. Don't be holding on to the right hand side and they're on the left hand side of the wheel. Give it up and
yeah,
believe in the faith. You have to walk by faith and not by sight because I definitely was blind
come
going
on.
through this. I was definitely blind.
Hey, Kim. Yeah, yes, you have to walk by faith and not by sight, and that is for sure. But in the getting up, Barb, it had
Yeah.
to be extremely hard. In the keep getting up.
Yeah. Oh, listen, this here, Kleenex. Oh, I got my stock. I have my stock in the Kleenex. You know, talk about cry. Me in the shower. Oh, shower. Shower can wash away them tears, And then, I mean, I'm sitting there some morning, got up and threw myself across the bed and just moaning, why me, God, why? But after a while, at some point, you have to stop crying
Yes.
because it didn't get anywhere. Yes. Does it bug me that, wait a minute,
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't even have a lung issue. I'm not even a smoker.
Right.
I
Right.
swam laps. I cannot wrap my hand around what happened to me,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
can't dwell in it.
Can't dwell
I
in it.
can't. You got to find something that makes you tie a knot at the end of that rope and hang on.
Just hang on.
And it really was, I can say that my son Parker was part of that because one, I wasn't ready to leave him. And two, I want to be able to give my son generational wealth.
Mm,
We our generation where we are just beginning to be able to pass some of that down,
true. Very true. Very
and we
true.
didn't have that before. And if I gave up, how's he gonna do it? Where's it coming from to him?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good, Barb. That's good. Um, in this story, I know at the end, I can't wait to get to the end of how Josie comes out of this.
Yeah,
Uh, Parker said, "Love you, mom."
I love you too, son.
Yeah, Parker. John Cena loves you too.
Move on, Park Kenny.
But this book, because you could possibly evolve into something else. Because
Yeah,
we're talking about relationships. We're talking about why have dog and bark. We're talking about uh, getting past. Don't as our father used to say, don't take no wooden nickels.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get bamboozled. Don't get run amok. You know. Um, do you see yourself moving in that direction, being a guiding light for women?
That is the intent of this book, is not just to educate women, but to educate men. Men should read it too. Because if you ever really wonder what's going on inside a woman's head,
Man,
read Why Have Dog and Bark.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Because that inner monologue that is going in there, and then the same for women. If you want to hear that point of voice from men, it's in this book. You cannot fight the good fight if you don't have the right weapons. Okay.
Yes.
And the love and all the whole battle and the things that go with that, you got to know how to arm yourself with that. You got to know when somebody's line is too smooth, that you better run. But then again, let's face it, you don't get that until you get seasoned and you go through experience. And then you can be sitting there with your legs crossed, having a lovely cup of tea on an outside patio, on a sidewalk cafe, and a brother walks down the street and you already saw his game when his right foot turned the corner.
Saw it a mile away. You can see it a mile away.
But that's experience. And so it's impossible not to get burned. We all have to learn. And that's both men and women. And this is how you handle it. And again, if you stay in it, we're back to the question, why have Dog and Bart? Why are you staying in it? Is it for the children? Really? Really? Because when my first marriage was going so bad, I said, God, if I have to live in a cardboard box and take a marker and draw windows on that bad boy with a door with the sunshine on it, that is what I'm going to do. But I got to get up out of here, and you got to have faith, because I didn't know. I didn't know which way I'm going to do. I just know I needed my sanity. My son needed his sanity. And we need to come out on the other side of this. That's all I knew.
How do you recognize when you're in it?
How do you recognize when you're in what? A dysfunctional relationship? Well, that's a good question, Kenny. If you have to have always an example. And if you don't have anything to draw by, again, let's talk about our upbringing. If you're growing up in the same neighborhood and everybody, all the daddies are cheating and all the mamas are working and all the kids are playing, everybody's in the same economic income of not so well, but you're there. Everyone gets up and go to church. Everyone's happy. You have barbecues. You get to go to the amusement park. Life is good. You don't think there's anything going on. And then you step out of your comfort zone of your neighborhood and you go, why they got a water hose? They didn't take a bucket and go water the grass. You begin to see the economic things like, oh, huh? Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They didn't put a fan in the window and put a bucket of cold water in front of the fan to keep them cool. That's the air conditioner. Everyone has one in their bedroom, but that becomes economic wealth. And then when it's a dysfunctional thing, when you go, wait a minute, you somebody's just gonna do that for you. You ask them, and they say, "Sure, baby, I'll take care of that." Not like, wake me up later. I take care of it. Look, I gotta go. I'm sorry. The fellas need me to do something. I'll get it back later. And later never comes, and you still doing it. You still barking. You barking.
I remember the first time I seen Central Air.
So what?
Central Air in the house. I'm like,
Yeah.
where's air conditioner. So there it's on. I said, well, I feel it, but where's it at?
Where is it? Exactly. But that's an economic thing. But the dysfunctional part of these things, it's like when your mate, when you're asking for something from your partner, your life partner, and they have a first class royal attitude, something's not right. They mad at somebody and you didn't do anything.
And most time it ain't you.
Oh yeah. No, it's exactly.
So ladies, when you say love you, baby, and they say you too, flag.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Baby, do you love me or are you in love with me? I got love for you. Flag.
Or it's like so baby, we're gonna get together this weekend. We'll see what can happen, See what can happen.
See
It's
what
Friday.
happens.
It's Friday. You don't know now.
You got any plans? Not as of right now. I don't have any plans.
You look at
well, can we go somewhere this week? Well, hold on. I said not as of right now.
always looking for the better offer, always looking to see if the grass is greener on the other side. These are some signs of dysfunctional relationships. And if you are accepting it, you're gonna have to go back to your statement. Why have dog and bark? You can't go around in a relationship doing all the barking.
Well, Barbara, I've talked, you have talked, and we've given examples. Can you please let us hear this melodic voice of yours as you read some excerpts from the book?
Well, I'll just do a small thing, Kenny, and I'm gonna put my oxygen. I'll put my oxygen down. So I don't. So I'm keeping my breath flow going.
Don't call for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, it won't be that long of a read, but I'll give you something. This is a small little thing. You know how this feels like when you say, would you read something and you ask that person to get up in the choir and sing, and they go like, no. Oh no, I couldn't. Okay, key is C.
I don't have anything prepared.
I don't have anything prepared. Right. Put that in C. Okay, here we go. If you all will bear with me for a moment here. Neighborhood children overheard their parents gossip all the time. For example, you thought some families' kids had the same daddy, but spewed neighborhood gossip disclosed differently. And the two best town criers in the neighborhood were Miss Sadie and Miss Millie. The pair always seemed to know everybody's business and constantly discussed random topics. Sadie, why do you think Veta named all those 4 boys of hers Mike? Look, Millie, I asked her that same question. That same question. Sadie would say, shaking her head. She said it was so when she calls them to eat, she only had to call one name. But what if she needs only one of them to do something? Sadie would ask. Girl. Then she calls them by their last name. Now take Mr. Lim. He had 5 children with his wife, Miss Ruthie, and a different set of children with another woman in Mobile, Alabama. He could afford the lifestyle as a well-paid long-distance truck driver. Mr. Lim's children could obtain every toy imaginable, and they were the envy of every kid in the neighborhood. On one day in particular, kids played in front of Robbie Lincoln's home, the day's designated gathering place spot, with a set of water guns Mr. Lim had bought for them. Mr. Lincoln got in a fight with another man on his front porch, and his wife, Miss Trudy, who always called her husband Lincoln, screamed at the top of her lungs, "Don't kill him, Lincoln, don't kill him." Kids never knew the reason for the fight, but when both men fell over the porch railing and Mr. Lincoln's bare back the cement pavement, The impact of the ear-splitting fall sealed the neighborhood's gossip for the week. However, Miss Sadie and Miss Millie kept the story going for 2 more weeks.
Excellent, excellent. And you know what? When things like that happen in the neighborhood, we're only shocked at that moment, and then it seems like the next day everything's back to normal.
Everything's back to normal.
It's
Everything
just,
is back to normal. Everything is back to normal.
but Josie
Everything is back.
is a hustler.
Yeah.
Works in the World International. Is that a bank?
It's a financial institution, and there was where the majority of all the employees there were foreign nationals. I mean,
Right.
they're Americans. They were Americans too, but in this particular, there were a lot of foreign nationals, and that is where she learned the acceptance of so many different races.
So, but she's a hustler though.
She definitely hustles because she learned how to hustle. She grew up in her neighborhood.
But she also started her. She's trying to start her own business.
Josie is starting her own business. She wants to start a business. She has dreams of starting this business, so to speak. And it is a satirical greeting card company is what she wants to do. And so the hope of it is at the end of the story, will Josie get this started? Will she have her greeting company? And then what will become of it? We'll have to, again, read to the end of the book to see if that happens and manifests.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if it happens.
Yes, okay.
I'm gonna see if it happens. You best believe I'm gonna see if it happens.
All righty then.
Well, Barb, how do you feel about the book and the direction that it's going? Do you think you think people are excited? I know I'm excited, but I'm your baby brother. Yeah, I'm younger. I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm excited for you. You think that you're getting a buzz in the community?
Yes, I feel that I am. My intent and hope. I want people to. I'm sorry, I was reading something, Kenny. I got caught off.
That's okay.
Say, oh, what was your question again, please? You said the
You think,
buzz.
you think it's a buzz? You think the buzz is growing, and not only here, but
Oh,
everywhere?
yes. Yes, I do. And I'm asking those who are reading it, even if you have just started reading, please go on Amazon.com and give a review of the book, a preview review, and then you can always come back and say whether you liked it or not or what. But the objective is to get people excited about reading the book. Uh, um, I am as we know can tell that a Black female writer, and we have to push it. We have to do marketing in a different way here. There's not Daddy Warbox behind us pushing this. Word of mouth is the greatest thing in the world, family. The greatest thing in the world. And so I ask you, just please write a review on Amazon with it. Get the buzz going,
Mm.
because I appreciate if anyone has put it on my Facebook page, because I'm anxious and I need to know what y'all were thinking. I do. But I need you to also put it on Amazon so that someone else can see it too. Because as you can look at the cover, it's very colorful. It will draw somebody to it. So if somebody is, skimming the pages of Amazon, they say, "Why have dog and bark?" Well, the first thing I want them to say, like, oh, they see one of your reviews, like, "Oh my goodness, you've got to get this book." I'm not finished with it yet, but I can't put it down. Something like that enticing. And I really would appreciate it. And I really do hope you enjoy reading this book just as much as I enjoyed creating it.
All right, all right, Barb. Um,
Mhm,
I think this is wonderful. I think we have done what we have come to do, baby. What do you
mhm.
think?
I do. I see a comment from our big brother, and he
Okay.
says, what do I expect women to learn from this story, and what do I expect for men to learn from this story? Uh, I want men to try to gain a bit of insight of what goes on in a woman's head if they might be mistreating them. I want women to gain an insight on what men think when they might be mistreating them. And you have to stand up and fight. No man should be in this position, and nor should no woman be in position. But it's like the game is real. The game is real, and men have been playing it from day one, chasing. What was it? Why must I have to chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that song.
Yeah. But it is like, you do not hear me. Somebody needs to hear this. Trust me. You do not have to be a victim. I got out of it. I got out of it. I got out of it. Intensive care, no money, 57 cents left in my bank account. Mortgage over $2,000. Give up your house, Barb. Those are the words. You can't do this, Barb. You got to give up the house. I fell on my knees and said, Jesus, I asked you once to take this wheel. I'm going to go take a nap because I can't do this. Okay. Don't be the victim. You're a survivor. You are a survivor. And if anything in this book can help you show that you are a survivor, this is the book for you. Get it for your girlfriend, give it for your aunt, give it to your mother, give it to the preacher's wife. Sometimes stuff ain't right there. Give it to someone. Kenny's sitting here laughing, but you know I'm straight up serious. I love y'all. I really appreciate this time being spent with you. I really do. And I hope you've gained something from this. And that to know, you don't have to be a victim. But women really do need to know if that game is being played, you need to know how to recognize it. And I believe when you read this book, you're going to see some of those similarities. Not believe, you will. You will.
All right now. Listen, Barb, one more time.
Yes.
Tell them how they can get the book. And please, like and share this on YouTube, because this is going to air on YouTube. And right after this is over, it's going to go uplink on YouTube. So go on YouTube, like and share this video, share it, so people know about Why Have Dog and Bark, the importance of it. And Barb, once again, how can they get the book?
First, right off the bat, you can go straight to Amazon. Amazon.com, type in the title of the book. Look for that cover that Kenny showed you up. Kenny, you're going to hold that cover up again. And when you see this book, Why Have Dog and Bark, you can get it on the Kindle, an electronic version, or you can get it in paperback. It is your choice. We got it there for both ways. If you want to check out more about me, the author, you can go on my author website at www.b for boy, n for no, Mosima, MOSIMA.com. I am there. You'll get it. I'll see you guys around the pages. Thanks for tuning in. And let's go sell some books, people. Let's make Why Have Dog and Bark a household word. We're on a revolution. We're going to stop this nonsense. You got to stop it. Be a survivor.
All right, y'all. We did it. Why Have Dog and Bark? I can't control what happens on the streets of New York, D.C., Chicago, or Pittsburgh. But I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. See ya, Barb. See ya, America.